Yeah.
So you didn't stay in Cubits, you met a young man from Portygrave. How did you meet him?
Well, he was up there on 8 hours schooner, Dean and Mona, I think it was on that. And he and Coiler and Dan was on at the same time. So they got friends and they used to bring them down to the house.
Oh, yes.
So we got friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happened after you got friendly? Did you get married?
We married, yeah.
Where'd you get married to?
Cubit's Church.
Who married you?
I
Who married you?
Reverend L.A.D. Curtis.
L.A.D. Curtis.
Yeah.
How old were you then?
I think I was 27 or 28. Well, I was 20. Yes, 26. 26, I think. Yes, I was married when I was 26, and Crean was born 28, and Elder was born in 30.
And so,
I was 30, I mean.
and so did your mother and father like Ralph?
I
Did your mother and father like Ralph?
Well, Dad did, but Mom was dead.
Oh, she was dead.
Died at the age of 44.
Really?
She was only a young woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you go to live when you married Ralph?
Well, I got something wrong that here. We had a wedding up home. We stayed, our aunts and uncles and all that. A cup of tea. And then the next day we went to Portygrave and had the same. So that's my life.
So you had the wedding in someone's house?
No, in our own house.
In your own house, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you went to Portygrave?
Yeah.
After the next day?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was life like in Portygrave when you went down there?
It was very friendly people. But,
So what did your husband do for a living? Was he a fisherman? Was he a fisherman, Ralph? Did he fish?
He was after, he gave up on the boat because it was wartime, and his father and mother was whole, and they always, when he come home, oh, you're going to be drowned, you're going to be drowned. But he said he was sorry after he gave it up, and he went fishing. But he wasn't fishing very long. Then he was a carpenter, because he built, you know, his elder house.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So in Portygrave, you stayed home and looked after the children. Did you work?
I worked as a fish, doing them on the plate, laying stuff like that.
Yeah. What do you remember about Christmas in Portygrave?
Well, they'd have parades.
Yeah.
That's about all in a concert or something.
Yeah.
That's when I went down there first. But now after that, they got more doing things.
Okay.
Like they is now, was that.
Yeah.
And all the crowd got their big boats.
Yeah.
So the boats was bigger now than we went to Labrador on.
Yes. Was there anything to drink around Christmas time? Was there anything to drink around Christmas time?
Oh, good Lord, yes. They'd have a bottle and they'd go around house to house.
Yeah. What about on Ship Cove Pond? Did you skate on Ship Cove Pond?
I never did,
No.
but Crean them did.
Yeah.
Our elder did.
Yeah.
He used to go up there in the summer swimming,
Yeah.
and and one time, to down to the foot of the pond, he dived, and when he come up, he was full of blood. he hit something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you go to church?
Did I go to church? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I went to church. You had to go. That's the only place you had to go.
You had to go to church.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, when we was home, we was out in Cubits, we'd get up Sunday morning and put on our best clothes, best dress, and go to church. Come home and take that off and eat our dinner and get ready and go to Sunday school. I don't know, I used to teach in Sunday school.
Did ya? Yeah.
And Annie Sterick was our boss. And that was her father was the Reverend Swan.
Swan.
Yeah, they lived in on the backside. You know, it was going to Brigus.
Brigus, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go back to church in the night time?
Yeah.
So morning, noon, and night.
Aye.
So 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Yes, boy.
That's all. There was nowhere else to go.
And you had to walk to get there.
Yeah.
You had to walk. Yeah.
It wasn't very far from where
No.
we lived.
Right. What do you remember about politics? The members.
Boy, I was really at the politics. For years I was poll clerk down Nipsco.
Yeah.
Me and Ruby Petten. Yeah, for years. Till they changed it and went up to Shipco.
Yeah. So were you a Joey woman?
Aye.
Were you a Joey woman?
Oh yes.
You was.
Yeah. And still is.
And do you remember any of the politicians?
I used to, but I don't. I know Magnuson was one,
George Mackinson, yeah.
and right now, lawyer Don Joe,
Oh, yeah.
and what was he? Another fella, I forget his name now.
Yeah.
But I know I can know him, but
Yes.
I just forget. It's too late. You could have come earlier.
Yeah.
I'd have told you more. Me father was a great hand for telling old yarns.
Was he?
In the night when nothing to do, he'd sit down and he'd tell us all stuff.
Tell us one.
Aye?
Tell me one.
What'll I tell you? Well, you remember that woman that they killed, what was her name now? I think it's now.
Yeah.
They killed her husband. They had a fishing property.
Snow, Catherine
Snow,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
yeah, but no, I don't mind
No.
it now. But that's what he always told.
Yes.
And he said she killed her husband, but she used to tell us who it was with her.
Yes, yeah.
She had another man, see,
Oh,
and she wanted to get clear of her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And was always going to tell you about her was anyway the police come after her. And the place that there was a place in on the bog, do you know what that's do?
No.
That's down back Eric Dawson, that place.
Yes.
We used to go there and skate.
Yes.
Crowd was.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's where our friend was, and I forget his name, a strange name. And the police come looking for her, so we went down there to see if he could find her.
Yes.
He couldn't find her.
Yeah.
And when he come out of the house, there's more to it than that, but there was a flour barrel in the yard, turned bottom up,
Yeah.
and the police kicked him, and that's where she was still under the flour barrel. Yeah. Oh, he used to tell us some more. If I said I'm sorry now, I never wrote some of it down.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I used to remember a lot of things, but now I'm forgetting most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you went to the store, the shop we called it back then,
Yeah.
what did you buy? What was in the shop, Aunt Effie?
But you only bought bed, the bare needs, like all the others, grocery stores. I can mind when Bob Smith had a little bit better store, and he had people used to go there to send messages. He had what he called telegraphy or something.
Telegraph, yeah.
Yeah. And he'd had up on the shelf and he'd go and send the message.
Yes, fine. That was something
I
curious.
can mind that,
Yeah,
because that was something new.
that was something new, yeah.
Yeah.
When did you get your first ride in a car or a truck?
Mr. Bert was going to tell you, he got a job and he had a nice car. I can see, I'll tell you where we stood on the wall, Tingley, and he took us part way up the road. We were right anxious to get a ride.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, well, and then he was selling tea, going around selling tea.
Yeah.
And I mind he come down to our house and he bought the tea, and it was in little boxes that you slide the cover. You've seen them.
Slide the cover, yeah.
Yeah, and he must have been keeping the money instead of giving it to whoever the merchant was.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's put in jail first. That's a long time
That's
ago.
a long time ago, yes, fine.
But
Yeah.
they used to call him Wally.
Wally.
His
Yeah.
name was Wallace.
Yeah.
They used to fish down Griffin's Harbour.
Griffin's Harbour on Labrador.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had, well, Silly Bishop owned us first, and they had lovely place, 2 big rooms, and the home was the vessel's name, and they'd anchor in Griffin's Harbour for the summer.
Wow.
Yeah, and because my father was skipper of one of the rooms before he got his own.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Long time ago, yes. You got that right.
I remember a lot of stuff, but I
Yeah.
forget them now.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forget some.
Yes, yeah.